Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello students, welcome to second PUC accountancy online classes. Students, in the previous class we have solved problem number 5, right? Today let us move on to next problem, problem number 6, page number 128 of your question bank. Let me read out the problem, then we'll analyze, and in the meantime we'll solve the problem, okay? From the following details, calculate investment turnover ratio, that is net assets turnover ratio. What do you mean by net assets? That is share capital plus long-term liabilities, that's all, isn't it? Long-term borrowings, if you add together, that is net assets. Fixed asset turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio, return on investment, return on shareholders fund, then earnings per share, isn't it? So, information given is equity share capital at rupees 10 each, 12% preference share capital, general reserve, 10% debentures, current liabilities, fixed assets, current assets, isn't it? So these are the information that are given, and in addition to that they gave net profit after tax, that is a PAT, rupees 1,50,000. Revenue from operation for the year was rupees 30 lakh, and tax amounted to rupees 50,000. So let us solve the problem. First they asked us to, that is find out the ratio, that is investment turnover ratio, right? Investment turnover ratio or net assets turnover ratio. Let us solve it. Problem number 6. Under that, point A, investment turnover ratio. Write the formula. Turnover ratio, that is turnover ratio, ITR. Write the formula. ITR is equal to whatever is asked, take it as the first item, revenue from operation divided by capital employed. Revenue from operations divided by capital employed, isn't it? Capital employed, that is net assets or shareholders funds plus long term borrowings. If you add together, that is the amount invested, right? So ITR is equal to, it is given, capital employed is equal to, take here, capital employed is equal to equity plus preference, isn't it? Equity plus preference share capital, then general reserve plus debentures in this case, or if you write, that is shareholders funds plus long term borrowings or non current liabilities, that itself is, that is capital employed, isn't it? So ITR is equal to that is revenue from operations, how much? 30 lakh divided by 30 lakh given in the problem, in the adjustment part, correct? 30 lakh divided by this, you have to add it together, it will be 10,84,000. 10,84,000. 10 10,84,000 is equal to ITR is equal to how much? 2.77 times. 2.77 times. Now, let me move on to the second ratio. That is, second ratio is fixed assets turnover ratio, right? Fixed assets turnover ratio. Fixed assets turnover ratio is equal to write the formula first. Net revenue from operation divided by net fixed assets. Net revenue from operations. Net revenue in the sense total revenue from operations minus sales returns, right? Net revenue from operations divided by net fixed assets. Net fixed assets. Isn't it? Yes. How much it is net fixed assets, whether it is given in the problem, fixed assets are given, isn't it? That itself is the net fixed assets, because fixed assets minus depreciation is net fixed assets. Here there is no depreciation, so straight away take the same figure. Then net revenue from operations already given in the problem, isn't it? It's 30 lakh. So 30 lakh divided by 9,50,000 is equal to, that is FATR, fixed assets turnover ratio, is equal to 30 lakh divided by net fixed assets, how much? 9,50,000. 9,50,000, right? Therefore, FATR is equal to how much? 3.16 times. 3.16 times. 3.16 times. That's all. Let us move further. Third one, they asked us to find out working capital turnover ratio, isn't it? I'll erase this. Working capital turnover ratio. I'll solve here. See, working capital turnover ratio. Turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio, WCTR. So write the formula. WCTR is equal to net revenue from operation divided by working capital, correct? Net revenue from operations divided by working capital. What do you mean by working capital? Working capital is current assets minus current liabilities, isn't it? That is working capital. Working capital. Is equal to WCTR is equal to, substitute the figures, that is yes, current assets is given, current liability is given, current assets minus current liability is equal to working capital. Right here, working capital is equal to CA minus CL. That is, therefore WC is equal to 234 minus 1 lakh, isn't it? Is equal to rupees 1,34,000. 1,34,000. Therefore, WC is equal to 1,34,000. Net revenue from operations already given in the problem. So 30 lakh divided by 1,34,000. Now find out how much it is. Therefore, WCTR is equal to how much? 22.39. Is that correct? 22.39. Yes, it is. Times 22.39 times. Yes. Third one is over. Now let us move on to the fourth one, that is a return on investment. Return on investment. Let me erase here. There are three more ratios to be calculated, isn't it? Return on investment, point D, investment, that is the ROI. ROI is equal to return on investment is equal to profit before interest and tax divided by capital employed. Profit before interest and tax divided by capital employed. Capital employed you have already calculated, am I correct? Therefore, ROI is equal to, return on investment is equal to capital employed, shareholders funds plus debentures plus long term loans, isn't it? 10,84,000, we have already calculated that, am I correct? Under point A, this is capital employed calculated under A, isn't it? Point A, that is 10,84,000 rupees, 10,84,000, is it correct? Yes. Now move on to the other part, PAT. How you will calculate, that is a profit before interest and tax. PAT is given, profit after tax, start from here, profit before interest and tax is equal to PAT, that is profit after tax plus tax, isn't it? How much PAT? PAT is 1,50,000 plus 50 tax, add tax 50,000, so 2 lakh. Then if you add interest to that, this becomes PBT, profit before tax. Now what you have to do is you have to add interest to this, isn't it? That is add interest, how much it is? Interest is debenture 10%, 4 lakh into 10%, it becomes 40,000. 40,000, show the calculations here, 4 lakh into 10%, 10%, so it will be 2,40,000. This is what you will get as that is profit before interest and tax, and you have to substitute this figure. Therefore, ROI is equal to, that is profit before interest and tax, we have already calculated how much it is, 2,40,000. Write this amount here divided by capital employed, we have already calculated, isn't it? Under A, I think it is a 10,84,000. Yes, it is 10,84,000, isn't it? Now simplify it, you will get ROI, return on investment. How much it is? It is a 22.14, 22.14%, right? Yes. Now moving on to the fifth one, that is a return on shareholders funds. Very simple it is. Return on shareholders funds. Point E, return on shareholders funds. So return on shareholders funds is equal to, write the formula, PAT divided by shareholders funds. PAT divided by shareholders funds. Funds into 100, right? Yes, it is. into 100. PAT means profit after tax. We have already calculated in the, that is a previous one. That's, we know that 1,50,000, isn't it? Profit after tax, it is given in the problem, profit after tax. Yes, it is 1,50,000. So straight away substitute ROSF is equal to 1,50,000 PAT divided by shareholders funds. We have already calculated how much it is. Shareholders funds 6,84,000. 6,84,000. Now write it. Therefore ROSF is equal to, into 100 is there, so into 100, or represented in the form of percentage, 21.93%. Yes, this is how you have to calculate that. Now last one is earning per share. Very simple it is. Earning per share, it is EPS, earning per share. EPS is equal to PAT divided by number of equity shares. PAT divided by number of equity shares. Number of equity shares is equal to, therefore EPS is equal to PAT. We have already calculated here. It is given in the problem. We need not have to calculate anything. It is given in the problem. Number of equity shares, or refer the problem, equity share capital at the rate of 10 each, isn't it? 4 lakh capital is there. 4 lakh divided by 10, that is right here. Equity shares is equal to 4 lakh divided by 10 is equal to 40,000. 40,000 numbers. So right here 40,000, divide it. Therefore EPS is equal to how much? Rupees 3.75 per share. Rupees 3.75. That's all. Rupees 3.75 per share. So this is how you have to calculate a problem. Whenever 5 to 6 ratios are asked, you have to follow this, and this is a question of 12 marks. Remember, take down assignment, solve the same problem as your assignment problem, and submit your assignment on time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.